what is the consciousness, what is the work of this portion Pinchas? In order to make sure we receive the tremendous light that is revealed, there are 4 words: frustration, love, prayer, and pain. In the story of Pinchas, the words that repeat themselves show us how that soul reached its ultimate level, which is really meant for all of us. How every one of us can reach the ultimate state for which our soul came into this world. It says, because he was zealous of his God, he lived with zeal for the Creator, and he made atonement for the children of Israel. Through that zeal, he was able to reveal the tremendous light of his soul, the very purpose for which he came into this world. What does this mean, to have zeal for the Creator? Throughout history, it has often been interpreted incorrectly with negative consequences. So we want to understand the secret of that ancient phrase, zeal for the Creator. It doesn't mean that when you see someone doing something they should not be doing, you become angry with them or act against them to show them that what they are doing is wrong. That is not zeal for the Creator. That is not the secret of the zeal we want to awaken through this portion in order to receive the tremendous light of it. The world as we and most people see and experience is not the way the world is meant to be. It is not the world that the light of the Creator envisioned before creation. And it is not the world that the light of the Creator wants us to experience every day. Our world, and often our lives, is filled with pain, suffering, and certainly with death. That is not the way the world is meant to be. The Kabbalists, first of all, do not accept this because they know this is not how it is supposed to be. When we speak about Pinchas, when he saw that there was a plague, that people were dying, that people were filled with pain and suffering, he was filled with frustration that the world as the light of the Creator wanted it to be, the world as it was meant to be, was not the world people were experiencing. So the secret of the phrase zeal for the Creator is frustration. It is becoming upset that we, humanity, are not allowing the world to be what it is meant to be. We who are spiritual are not frustrated enough. We are not disturbed enough. Sometimes we have moments of it when we wake up in the morning and everything is going well. We don't really think about it. But when we look at the world, are we truly shaken? Do we look at the suffering, the pain, and the death that exist and know that this is not how the world is meant to be and not what humanity is meant to become? The Creator created the world with one purpose: to benefit His creations. For every soul, for every person to experience the fullness of the light. The reason we want to study Kabbalah is not only to improve our own lives. Like Pinchas, we should be troubled by the world as it exists and know that this is not the way it is meant to be. And because of that consciousness, Pinchas was able to stop it. The second word is love. Most of us understand love in different ways. There are 2 spiritual systems through which we draw light. There is the system of din, not necessarily something negative. It simply means that we receive according to what we have earned, according to how much we have grown, changed, and connected. It is a precise system. You reveal light, you connect, you share, you receive back according to what you invested in your spiritual work. This system is called din. There is another system that we desperately need to connect to, not only for ourselves, but for the world. It is the system of what's called rachamim, which is mercy. It says, I don't care how much you have done, you will receive beyond the effort you invested. You will receive blessings and reveal light far beyond every investment of time and effort and spiritual work that you invested. That is the system of rachamim, a state where what you receive is not equal to what you invested or what you did. We all have interactions with the light. We invest time and effort, acts of sharing and transformation, and we are able to receive back what we earned, what we invested. But just as when you invest money, if you put in $1, you do not expect to receive $1 back, you expect $100 back. Even better, $1,000 for every dollar. Even better than that, That is also what we meant our spiritual investment to produce. We want to receive through rachamim, so that for every moment we invest, we receive hours and weeks of endless blessings. Therefore, our spiritual work should not be focused on connecting only to the system of din, where we receive back exactly what we invested. Rather, we want to receive an overflow of blessings, a state called rachamim, the state that Pinchas awakened. How do we do that? The Kabbalists explain that there is one state called love. When we connect to the love of the Creator, we open the gate of Rachamim. Blessings flow in a way that cannot be measured against any investment we make in the world. What does it mean to live in the state of the Creator's love? When you see someone in pain, not only a friend or a family member, but any person in the world, and you ask yourself, what does the Creator want? The Creator is filled with pain, but the light of the Creator wants only blessings for that person. The light of the Creator does not want that person to experience illness, pain, or lack. Therefore, I take the time not only to think about it, but also to do whatever I can to ease that pain, because I know how much love the Creator has for that person. Even better, with people you do not love personally, because then it is pure love. But in truth, it is the Creator's love. The Kabbalists explain that the reason Pinchas received eternal life, the reason he received truly endless blessings, was because when he claimed that crisis, when he saw people dying whom he did not personally love, he stopped and asked, what is the Creator experiencing? What is the light experiencing around that person right now? The Creator experiences pain and love. The Kabbalists teach that the Creator loves even the lowest soul more than we love the person we love the most. And I want to connect to the Creator's love for this person and for that person, and do whatever I can to ease their pain.
If you enjoyed this video, remember to leave a like, subscribe, and share with your friends. Book now with me one-to-one session in angel coaching and communication coaching. To learn more, email or DM me. Enjoy the video.
Sometimes that means only praying, but it begins with awakening love. So we have to ask ourselves, how much of the Creator's love, pure love, are we awakening all the time? This week, think of one situation where you saw someone outside your circle, someone going through difficulty or challenge, and say, I want to feel the Creator's love for that person. And from that place, do something, even if it's only to pray. Rav Ashlag, in the introduction to the 10 Luminous Emanation, quotes Shir Shirim, and the Zohar explains that the only reason we came into this world is if you awaken and if you arouse the love. To awaken love. It is wonderful to love your family, but that is not the purpose for which our souls came into this world. The purpose is to connect to the Creator's love. And that means loving those who are outside my circle. The secret is this. We said that we want to connect not to the system of din, where we receive according to what we have invested spiritually. Rather, we want to receive our blessings from the system of rachamim, the system that gives us far more blessings for every moment of investment in our spiritual connection to the light of the Creator. What is the only way to connect to the system of rachamim? Only if you are connected to the love of the Creator. A person can be spiritual. They can meditate, pray day and night for 100 years, but they will only be connected to the system of din, which is precise and can be beautiful. They will have blessings and light, but not beyond and above. The only way to connect to the system called Rachamim with endless blessings is if you awaken and if you arouse the love until it desires. Only if every single day you make the effort to awaken the Creator's love for others, especially those outside your own circle. The third word is prayer. It says in Psalms, King David tells us what Pinchas did, and Pinchas stood and prayed. Pinchas prayed for the Israelites who were dying, who were in lack and in darkness. So we spoke about frustration, which leads to love, which leads to prayer. One of the challenges with prayer in Kabbalah, we always want to understand how the spiritual system works. When you ask people how prayer works, there is a general idea that you ask the light of the Creator for something that doesn't yet exist, or for something that someone else needs, and then it happens. But that is not how the spiritual system works. The Torah says, if you live in a spiritual life, if you change, if you connect, I will give your rains in their proper time. You will receive sustenance. You will receive blessings. The spiritual system is not a system of begging the Creator. Imagine in the physical world that you earn $10 an hour. You work 10 hours and your boss gives you $100 for those 10 hours. Then you say, no, I want $1,000. Can I beg you? Can I pray to you? Please give me $1,000. No, you work 10 hours. You deserve $100. That is what you receive. The spiritual system works the same way. If you invest time, effort, transformation, acts of sharing, and you truly live it, if you walk in my statutes, if you live spiritually, then you receive the blessings. So what does prayer do? What does it fit in? Did I not do the work, so I don't deserve it? But I asked the Creator, please give it to me anyway. Or even for someone else. That doesn't seem to make sense. So how can we understand prayer, especially when this entire portion teaches that the way Pinchas awakened healing and removed death was through prayer? And it connects directly to what we said before. It is a paradox. The spiritual system is based, like every other system, on receiving according to what you invest. Prayer appears to be a flaw in the system, as though even if you do not deserve something, somehow you are still able to awaken it. Prayer only works for a person who lives in the love of the Creator, because only that person is connected to the place where the investment does not have to be equal to what is received in return. Greater blessings. You do not have to earn every single thing you receive, but only if you are living at the level of the Creator, as we spoke about earlier. So prayer works only as long as a person is connected to the system called Rachamim, because they live, act upon, and focus on the love of the Creator, becoming the physical expression of the Creator's love in this world. They are connected to the level of Rachamim, where the investment does not have to equal the return. With a small investment, you can receive far greater blessings in return. Within that system, prayer works. If a person thinks that prayer is simply another tool, that I haven't invested enough yet, I'm not there yet, but I'll just ask for more than I deserve through prayer, it doesn't work that way. Prayer truly works only if a person has taken the first two steps: frustration with the state of the world as it exists, genuinely making the effort, focusing on it, and becoming a channel for the Creator in this world. Then they connect to the realm called Rachamim, the world in which the blessings received are not equal to the investment made. Then you can pray for yourself and for others beyond what you deserve, because you are connected to the realm that gives far beyond what you invested. And only those who truly live this way, who take the time and make the effort to focus their lives on becoming the expression of the Creator's love for others, can genuinely use the power of prayer. How did Pinchas have the ability, even the power, to stop hundreds of thousands of people from dying? He was only one person. How much spiritual people could we possibly have invested? The answer is that when you live the Creator's love and become the expression of the Creator's love in this world, you connect to the realm called Rachamim. Then you can ask for far beyond what you have earned. Yes, perhaps I invested only 10 minutes in prayer, but because I am connected to the realm of Rachamim, I can bring healing to hundreds of thousands of people. That is the only way. As we said, all spiritual work is beautiful, important, powerful, and at the same time, in the system of Din, it is one for one. Only those who live as the expression of the Creator's love for others can truly use the power of prayer and bring about transformation, healing, and the removal of death beyond all measure. And that is what we want to become. We want to become Pinchas. We need to become Pinchas. The fourth word is pain. We spoke about the pain that the Creator feels when looking at the state of the world, when seeing a person going through illness, darkness, or God forbid, death. And we are meant to connect to that pain. But what is the greatest pain we should focus on every single day? How does the Creator feel about me? The Creator knows that we are only a tiny fraction of who we truly are. When we woke up this morning, and tomorrow when we wake up again, we should stop and ask, what is the Creator feeling right now? The Creator looks at me and on one hand, of course, sees a beautiful spiritual person who has done good and important work, but there is another feeling that is even greater. When the Creator looks at most of us, there is tremendous pain. Do you know how much more you are capable of doing? How much more you are meant to do in this world? Every single day, the Creator is filled at the very same time with love for us. We spoke about His love for others, but also with great pain. And we need to connect to that pain. We need to understand that pain. When the Creator looks at me right now, He says, I love you, but wow, you are still so far from where you are meant to be and from what you are meant to reveal in this world. From that pain should come the drive to do more and more. Every day, we should think about the Creator's pain as He looks at us. Yes, there is love, but there is also the understanding of how much more we need to do and how much more we are capable of doing. Not so much for ourselves, but for others, for the world. We need to feel that pain. We need to experience that pain. We need to immerse ourselves in the thoughts and feelings of the Creator towards the world and toward us. So these are the 4 words, the 4 keys, the 4 secrets for every one of us to truly become Pinchas, to truly become a channel for the world that brings light, healing, and blessings that are immeasurably greater than any investment we could ever make. Frustration, we have to live with it, maybe not every moment of the day, but every day we must look at the world, not only at those close to us, and understand that this is not the world as the Creator wanted. And from that frustration and disappointment comes the question, what can we do? Second, when we feel that frustration, we ask to begin living, expressing, and experiencing the Creator's love for others. Of course, actions follow, but it begins with a genuine desire for the Creator's love to be expressed in this world. That opens the gates of Rachamim to unexpected, immeasurable blessings. Third, then we have the power of prayer. When we pray from that place, from that connection to the realm of Rachamim, we pray as Pinchas prayed. And fourth, and perhaps most important, to walk through every day carrying a little of the pain the Creator feels when He looks at me and sees what I could become, what I am meant to become, and what I need to become. If we understand these 4 words and focus on them with intention, whenever we scan or read this portion, more importantly, make the fundamental parts of our life become like Pinchas. And we too can become channels not only for unlimited blessings, but far beyond that, blessings for ourselves, healing, and the removal of pain, suffering, and death, not only for us, but for the entire world.